mass movement that was #Endsars was not restricted to Lagos alone. The effects resounded across the major urban centers in other parts of Nigeria, including Ebonyi State in the southeast, where several high-profile cases of police brutality were on the ascendancy. 1 year down the line, what has changed in terms of reconstruction and police public relations? The government of Governor Dave Umahi says it has done a lot to resolve most of the logjam in that relationship, in addition to creating an extensive structure for integrated development. Now, to have a closer look at this, we're now being joined by Uchenna Orji, who is Ebonyi State Commissioner for Information. We want to say welcome to the program and thank you for joining us here on Newsday. And let's talk about...
Thank you very much.
...the moves that the Governor Umahi has taken in terms of trying to smooth out police-people's relation in Ebonyi State. In the last 1 year, what has changed and what has improved?
Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to say that the Endsars protest that took place exactly a year ago hasn't been forgotten, the agitation issues, and of course the steps taken by our dear governor in resolving some of the issues are quite clear. The governor, in keeping with the federal government's directive that each jurisdiction, that is each state should engage the youths by way of summit to see what are the issues, the agitation issues. The governor had to convoke a 7-day summit, youth summit, which was captioned Youth Engagement in National Development. And this 7-day youth summit had a lot of resource persons that were there, but it was aimed at having the youth to speak on all the issues on a round table to say, look at the way we want Nigeria to go as a nation. And I can tell you that that very summit was very fruitful. A lot of discussions were had. Of course, resource persons, even from entertainment industry, were on board to engage our youths. At the end of the day, a lot of things were resolved. One of them was that there is need for aggressive engagement of youths in national development. Of course, talking about the appointment opportunities, employment opportunities, getting our youths into elective positions. But incidentally, as God will have it, we have a governor that is youth-friendly. Our dear governor, right from the time he came on board, started engaging our youths in relevant positions in the state. And I can tell you that has helped us to get the kind of development we are now celebrating in Ebonyi State. But talking about the outcome of the summit, the governor had to, of course, roll out 3 billion Endsars empowerment program. That is the aftermath of that summit, to see that those who are willing to fend for themselves, to get engaged in businesses, in all forms of businesses, could access from the basket that 3 billion Endsars Empowerment Fund. And I can tell you that as I speak with you, we are doing finishing touches on how to get 200 per local government number of people for them to access that very empowerment funds. But beyond this, the government had to set up, of course, the judiciary panel of inquiries to look at those issues or claims against the police. Of course, you need to know that the federal government had to disband SARS as an element in the police force. But beyond this, a committee was set up, the ombudsman, that's public complaint kind of committee, and a judiciary panel, and of course they have come up with their recommendations. One of them is that they should, those who are victims must be compensated, of course, in different sums of money. And of course, those that were involved in brutalization of the civil populace should also be brought to book. And that is by the prosecution of police that are involved. And of course, also those that where detained in prison facilities without prosecution, they should be also paid compensations. But again, that has actually made the police that we have now in Ebonyi State to be much more responsive in the engagement processes with the civil populace. And I can tell you that today, as I speak with you, we are beginning to appreciate actually the very importance of that very protest, even though it went violent and some facilities were destroyed.
Yes.
But government is taking a lot of steps to restore those facilities that were destroyed. And we have a common slogan now, never again will we have Endsars that bring about violence, the kind of monumental violence that destroy properties worth billions of naira. But we need to do our part. Of government, officials of security should also do their part. Of course, the civil populace, the youth need to do their own bit so that we can all move together towards having a better future for our youths.
Thank you for that. And just moving away from the Endsars topic, let's talk about Ebonyi State itself. It's described as one of the fastest developing states, and there are quite a few investment opportunities as well. Can you speak to us about some of those?
Yeah, it's also part of our mission, or rather our decision to really listen to the yearnings of the youths. So government had to, continue to address those development issues that will trigger job creation. And so today we have Africa's biggest shopping mall that will bring about employment opportunity, both direct and indirect employment opportunity for our youths and women. As I speak with you, it's been completed and it's been assessed by our youth and women. We're giving it out to individuals to drive. They'll be proud owners of shops forever in their life. And I can tell you that that shopping mall is going to help a lot in making the youths to be more or less very much organized, because they will have an opportunity, a facility that will make them fend for themselves. Now, we are also having a lot of other facilities. We have International Airport that we want to ensure that it is going to have a competitive value when you compare with Abuja National Airport, Lagos International Airport, so that it can provide jobs. We're looking at 10,000 number of jobs, direct and indirect jobs. Of course, we will get to train people who will be exporters and exporters, who will be using the national airport, of course, indigenous and non-indigenous, of course, attraction of investors, because we are looking at providing industrialization through private sector participation in the economic development of our state, and that has started to happen. We have Africa's biggest University of Medical Sciences. I'm not exaggerating. Just recently, we got the Conference of Catholic Bishops of Nigeria to see how they can own and manage that very facility. They said it's one of the best they have ever seen, and UC has come and has also accredited it for it to be a university that will provide the medical needs of the people of Nigeria, talking about the treatment of liver problems, heart diseases, and cancer, and a lot of other terminal diseases that normally take our people out of this country. And we are pretty sure that with the involvement of this private sector, the Catholic community, a lot of things will begin to happen in Ebonyi State. It's going to be a medical destination for the people of Nigeria. But I must say that in the area of employment, that place will give our people a lot of opportunities, even for our lecturers, non-academic staff, a lot of businesses going on, and medical businesses. We are going to be producing dialyzers in Ebonyi State. We don't have it anywhere in Africa. And so these are some of the investment opportunities. I can tell you that the place has been opened up. So
all right, Mr. Orji, permit me to interject at this point as we try to deepen this discussion further. What has Ebonyi State done in the last 6 years to attract investment into the state? Let's talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, the governor had to start by looking at the development needs of each part of the state. So he did need assessment. One of them is road construction. So he had to connect the entire local government areas. Today we have Ebonyi State, that is a global village. Apart from Abuja and Lagos, Ebonyi State has the best, smoothest road network, I tell you. And this means that if you are coming to invest in Ebonyi State, you have got no issue about bad road. A lot of people are already celebrating the kind of road we have in Ebonyi State. Of course, the flyovers that we have is such that in the next 50, 100 years, we have got no issue about traffic. And so, of course, the various places have been mapped out. We have what is called industrial clusters, an area located as an industrial cluster. And we also have a lot of agricultural facilities, the fertilizer blending plant that can take care of the fertilizer need of the people of the Southeast and South. And of course, we have our rice milling plant. You may have heard that Ebonyi State is the largest producer of rice. Not only because of the fact that we cultivate rice, but essentially because we've got the secret where we have comparative advantage, that is in rice milling. And so we have a rice milling industry that can also engage or use women who are graduates into agriculture. That is what we call agribusiness. And that has really made Ebonyi State today, as I speak with you, to begin to harvest a lot of investors from across the country and across the continent. And people are beginning to say, those who are coming to Ebonyi, that they have a duty, the moral duty of helping us to bring investors, because they have seen what our governor has done in the last 6 years to make Ebonyi to be a transformed state. I can tell you the man is a magician. That's what people say. If you look at performance index all over the place, the area of health, the area of education, the area of even agriculture, you will see and agree with me that the governor has done tremendously well. So we're just expecting investors to come from anywhere.
That's great. That's actually really good to hear. Now, I want to know about the critical infrastructure initiatives. Are there any job facilitation, creation situations?
Yeah, like I did say, the very target of our dear governor is to ensure that through these critical infrastructure that are in place in Ebonyi State, our people can naturally get job, get something to do. And I have also mentioned that we have the shopping mall, but we also have an international market that is the biggest in the Southeast. We are looking at even our petite traders, the market men and women, they have to be factored into all of this development process. So apart from that international market, we also have other markets, especially specialized markets that are scattered across the metropolis and the Searchlight House. And we have also opportunities for entertainment industry. We have a lot of tourist places of attraction that will really do a lot to harvest our potentials in tourism. And that actually is going to also trigger job creation and all of that. I need to also tell you that in the area of education, we are also partnering a lot with the private sector, giving some of the institutions, especially vocationally based institutions, to individual persons to manage, to own and manage. We have technical schools we are giving out to individuals to manage. We also have vocational education, which for now, vocational academy, which for now state government is managing to ensure that our artisans, our craftsmen, our technicians are brought on board. Some of them aren't having the opportunity of going to school, tertiary institutions. So we got to bring them on board, train them for a number of years, minimum of 2 years, and give them certification and enable them through the Bank of Industry recipient for them to get into businesses of their choice through entrepreneurship and vocational trades. That way they can be self-reliant, self-sufficient.
All right,
this has really helped a lot in reducing crime in Ebonyi State.
I want to say many thanks to you, Mr. Orji, for your time here on News Today, and we wish you and your principal the very best of luck and prosperity to Ebonyi State.